Today's demo is going to be just a brief demonstration of kind of a nifty idea, which was hosting a native C++ application within an Azure worker role. And this might be something that you could use to leverage some existing legacy code that you may have had written in C or C++, and you want to port an application based on that algorithm to the cloud. So here's my solution. I've got a Win32 console application called MyPy, and it's relatively simple. I've just got a single source file here that I dropped in a algorithm that I got off the web to calculate pi to an arbitrarily long number of digits after the decimal place. And this is, as you can see here, some really nice C code that's got all kinds of stuff here that's using pointers, and it's not really what you would call safe or managed code in any sense. It's the typical sort of thing that you might find in organizations that have some legacy C code. So all I did was convert this into a Win32 console application, and then just verified that it worked properly. And then I added to the solution a cloud service project with a single web role and a single worker role. So my worker role is going to be the place where I host this application. So I set a link reference to the output, the executable that's created when I compile this Win32 console application. And I set this copy to output directory to copy if newer, so that my latest version of my build is always included in my deployment package. So okay, so that's pretty good. What the how this thing works basically is that the web role has a take a look at it here. It has a button that I take the number of digits of precision that are being requested, and then with this button we create an entry onto a queue, and we drop the number of digits of precision plus an identifier that we can use to pull out a specific blob when we get it as written back by the worker role. So that's what the web role does, and then the worker role, basically what the worker role does is picks an entry off of the queue, and then based on the command line arguments that are passed in, which in this case is just the number of digits of precision, it launches this process, and as it has redirected the standard input into a stream reader, we can then read the output of this process into a line, into a string variable, which I've called line back in this worker role. And then all I do is just save that string variable to a blob that contains this identifier. So back in the web role, then, just based on a timer, I attempt to read that blob, and if I find something that I can download, some text that I can download in that blob, I use that to set the text property of this text box on my web page. And then I just delete the blob, since I'm not going to use it anymore once I've consumed its value. So that's kind of how this thing works. And we'll start it up here. Okay, so let's say I want to calculate pi to 1,000. And there it is. So that worked not too bad, and we can go to 2,000. where obviously the calculation takes longer, the greater the number of digits of precision we ask for. So that's an example of how to host a native application written in C++ inside an Azure worker role. It was a little bit more involved to actually deploy this thing to the cloud, but just kind of as an example to illustrate the concept, you can see how we can use this technique to leverage existing code written in C or C++.